Hello guys. Just come back from my run now. Just to bring you up to speed. There's a poem I've seen this morning, and I think we can go and okay, what I can do, let me give you the page number. Page number 1. The conversation continues. Series 11th of April 2022. On page 1, guys. From reading this book, what I can say is I read through, like you normally read, what I mean, just for your own self. But because now we are doing an educated discussion, when I go back into the poems, I'm informed even further. Let me lower the music a little bit. So, on page 1, the poem is titled 18th and 19th November 2020. Why is Victor using dates as a title? And this leaves us asking more, because a date would be like a reminder or something that you want to keep in mind. On this date, we're going on a date. She's my date. He's my date. You know what I mean? So he's dating me. Dear ruling party and security officials, you claim to champion peace and freedom, but were caught off guard when spontaneous protests erupted across towns and municipalities within the central region. So that is the first stanza. When protests erupted in the central region, that is in Uganda, and that would mean the Buganda region, so Buganda Kingdom. Is it to do with the fact that let's go further, we shall find out something. The chief says he deployed commandos recalled from battling Al-Shabaab militants to stop the street protests by unarmed youth setting fires on the worn dirt roads. So he's using metaphors here as well. Worn dirt roads. Infrastructure that would call for maybe repair or maybe, But why are the young youths out and about? And why is it deploying commandos? And who's the chief? Why is he using the word chief? So a chief of staff, chief in command. So, but in this context, I would think it is more to do with leadership. The chief is the big person, the one who makes decisions for everyone, the one who says no, who says yes in command. So let's continue. You say Idi Amin was a butcher that craved the spilling of innocent blood by indulging in extrajudicial killings. You say Militon Obote and his henchmen were mass murderers that wreaked havoc on innocent countrymen. On these 2 days, you stood in for them and accomplished everything you accused of them, as dozens of innocent unarmed countrymen were killed by your battle-hardened commandos. That's a juxtaposition. So if you refer to something in comparison to, would it be offensive when the latter comes back to you? You know, because we are assuming this is the president now who would make such emphatic statements like, you know what I mean? So if Idi Amin was the president and Milton Obote was also a president, so the same president is referring to what the previous presidents did against their peoples, and you're doing the same against your peoples now. And heavy-handedly with the commandos, because the commandos, I think, would be taking instructions to do as they are told, they are commanded to do, without question. Is that authority? Is that leadership? On the 18th and 19th November 2020, protests in the central region. The conversation continues. You see, we're not reading between the gaps, or we are messing up. Let's go back now. Page 1, the Ugandan Tales, book written by Victor Rumanyika, and on these 2 days, you stood in for them and accomplished everything you accused of them. You accused them of. I accuse you of being a thief, and yet I'm a thief as well right now. I'm reading a poem. You know what I do? I read them out, and it's a book. So I help out, and hello, cutie.
What did you used to work as before then? Before you were full-time man of leisure?
University in student welfare.
Which university?
Middlesex.